You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have a right to an attorney, and if you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. We all know these words, right? From TV. But what do Miranda rights really mean in California? And when do police actually have to read them? And more importantly, how do you use them to protect yourself? The truth about Miranda is often surprising, and understanding it is crucial to your freedom. I'm Geronimo Gutierrez, Chief Counsel at Poseidon Defense A.P.C. Our firm is dedicated to defending your constitutional rights and providing powerful legal representation in California state and federal cases. Today we're cutting through the Hollywood myths to give you the real facts about your Miranda rights. Let's start with the basics. Miranda rights stem from a landmark 1966 Supreme Court case, Miranda versus Arizona. The core purpose was this: to prevent police from coercing confessions from individuals who are unaware, right, of their rights. It's about protecting your Fifth Amendment right against self-incrimination and your Sixth Amendment right to counsel. These rights inform you that you do not have to talk to the police, and you have the right to a lawyer present if you choose to talk. But here's a crucial point. Miranda is not a get out of jail free card, right? If police violate your Miranda rights, it doesn't automatically mean your case is dismissed. It typically means any statements you made in violation of Miranda cannot be used against you at trial. However, other evidence, right, against you could still be used. Unfortunately, right? That's just how it goes. So knowing these rights and how they apply is key. This is where it can get a little confusing. Excuse me. Um, Thanks to all these dramatic TV shows, some of which are good. um, Miranda warnings are only required when two specific conditions are met simultaneously. So let's go over them. Condition number one, you must be in custody. And custody doesn't just mean arrested. It means a reasonable person would not feel free to leave. So if you're formally arrested, um, let's say handcuffed or detained at a police station, you're likely under custody, right? But let's say if an officer just approaches you and you're on the street and asks a few questions, and you're free to walk away, you're generally not in custody, and they don't have to read you Miranda rights. Let's go to condition number two. You must be undergoing interrogation, thus custodial interrogation. Interrogation means direct questioning about a crime or any words or actions by police that they should know are reasonably likely to elicit incriminating response from you. So if you're sitting in a police car and handcuffed, but the officer is just driving you to the station and not asking any questions about what happened, they don't have to read you Miranda rights. Conversely, if you're not in custody, but they're interrogating you, Miranda isn't triggered either. It's the combination of custody and interrogation that requires the Miranda warning. If police violate this, any statements you make can be suppressed, meaning they can't be used against you in court. A common example, let's say traffic stops. A routine traffic stop is generally not considered custodial. The officer can ask you for your license, registration, and even ask, do you know why I pulled you over? Without reading Miranda. But if that stop escalates to an arrest, let's say for a DUI, then any further questioning about what happened would likely require a Miranda warning. Knowing when Miranda applies is important, but knowing how to use it is even more critical. And if you find yourself in a situation where you are in custody and being interrogated, you must clearly and unequivocally invoke your rights. You don't mumble, you don't hesitate. You need to say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And immediately follow that with, I want to speak to my attorney, period. Once you've made that statement, remain silent. Do not speak further about the issue. It's often that police might try tactics to get you to talk anyways. They might say something like, we just want to hear your side of the story. Or it'll go easier if you just explain. They might even use sympathy or false promises. These are common tactics. You are not obligated to explain why you are invoking your rights. You don't have to justify your decisions. Just state it. And then be silent until your attorney is present. Remember, remaining silent does not mean resisting physically. You must comply with lawful physical commands, but you don't have to answer questions about what they're saying happened. So what's the consequence if police violate your Miranda rights? Generally, any statements they obtain from you in violation of Miranda rights can be suppressed. This means those statements cannot be used um, as evidence in court. This comes from the exclusionary rule, a legal principle that discourages police misconduct. Sometimes evidence that is derived from a Mirandized statement might also be excluded under what's called the fruit of the poisonous tree doctrine. However, it's important to understand that suppressing statements does not automatically mean the charges are dropped. If other evidence um, against you, right, was lawfully obtained, like physical evidence, eyewitness testimony, or video footage, the prosecution can still proceed with your case. This is why having an experienced criminal defense attorney is crucial. And your attorney knows how to analyze the circumstances of your questioning. We can do that by filing motions to suppress illegally obtained evidence and ultimately fight for your rights. So, understanding and properly invoking your Miranda rights is one of the most powerful tools you have against self-incrimination and false accusations. Do not let misconceptions, jeopardize your freedom and your future. So if you or someone you know is facing questioning even if there aren't charges that you're aware of, such as when you're under investigation or dealing with actual charges in California. And we also work in federal courts, whether state and federal, right? Contact Poseidon Defense immediately. We are here to protect your rights and fight for your future. So, if this video cleared up anything, mysteries behind Miranda rights, please give it a like, subscribe to our channel for more vital legal insights, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next video. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions or any other legal myths you'd like us to bust. We're here to build a more informed community. So thank you so much again for your support. Stay safe out there. Poseidon Defense. Fight on.